From the quaint Polish town of Wadowice to the grandeur of Vatican City, Karol Józef Wojtyła, known to the world as Pope John Paul II, led a life marked by service, influence, and a profound commitment to faith. His early years were steeped in tragedy and resilience. Losing his mother at 8, his brother to illness, and his father to a heart attack, Wojtyła's youth was a testament to overcoming personal loss. Despite hardships, his passion for theater and languages flourished. He excelled academically and was a keen athlete, often playing football as a goalkeeper. World War II's shadow loomed over his formative years, forcing him to work in a quarry to avoid Nazi deportation. It was during these tumultuous times that his vocation for priesthood began to crystallize. Wojtyła's rise within the church was meteoric. From priesthood to becoming Archbishop of Krakow, and then a cardinal, he was a spiritual leader whose influence rapidly expanded beyond Poland. Elected as the first non-Italian pope in centuries, John Paul II's papacy was historic. He adopted his predecessor's name in tribute and became one of the youngest and longest-serving popes. His papacy was marked by efforts to bridge gaps with other faiths and a staunch defense of traditional Catholic doctrines. He questioned the pursuit of wealth and placed emphasis on family and identity. A globetrotter, John Paul II visited 129 countries, spreading his message of peace and holiness. He beatified and canonized more individuals than his predecessors combined, shaping the Church's future. His role in toppling dictatorships and ending communist rule in Europe, particularly in his native Poland, is well documented and celebrated. Under his guidance, the Catholic Church's influence burgeoned in Africa and Latin America, while maintaining its presence globally. John Paul II's posthumous journey continued with his beatification and canonization, as calls for his recognition as Pope St. John Paul the Great echoed among the faithful. Yet his tenure was not without controversy. Allegations of condoning sexual abuse by priests during his time as archbishop were met with criticism and defense alike. His legacy includes the drafting of the Code of Canon Law and the Catechism of the Catholic Church, which sought to address and clarify the Church's stance on pressing moral issues. Pope John Paul II's life was a mosaic of faith, courage, and intellectual prowess. From the boy who played football with Jewish friends to the Pope who stood firm in his convictions, his story is one of a remarkable journey through the 20th century. His personal encounters with suffering and loss did not embitter but rather emboldened his resolve to serve humanity with compassion and conviction. The young Karol's brush with theater and languages was not merely a pastime, but a prelude to his global outreach as Pope, communicating with the masses in their native tongues. His commitment to ecumenism and interfaith dialogue reflected a papacy that sought unity in diversity, challenging the Church to look beyond its walls. John Paul II's extensive travels were not just diplomatic gestures, but pilgrimages of faith, bringing the papal presence to the farthest corners of the earth. The beatifications and canonizations he presided over were not mere ceremonies, but affirmations of the universal call to holiness he championed. His fight against totalitarian regimes was not political intrigue, but a moral crusade for freedom and dignity. Pope John Paul II's life and legacy remain a beacon of service and influence, a testament to a life lived in unwavering devotion to the betterment of mankind and the glory of God.